What's the most obvious lie someone ever tried to tell me? You won't believe how quickly they got caught. My name is Kevin Marshall, and the most obvious lie anyone ever tried to tell me came from my old coworker, Brandon Lee. We worked at a mid-sized marketing firm in Chicago, and Brandon had a reputation for being smooth-talking but lazy. He loved attention and wanted to look like the smartest guy in the room, even though most of the time he barely skimmed by. One Friday afternoon, our boss, Janet Rogers, handed out a last-minute assignment. An important client wanted a pitch deck by Monday morning. Everyone groaned, but I figured we'd split it up and knock it out. Brandon, of course, volunteered to take on the creative direction part, which sounded important but basically meant he had to put in real effort for once. Monday morning rolled around, and Brandon swaggered into the conference room with a flash drive. He plugged it in, opened his PowerPoint, and started presenting slides full of buzzwords, glossy images, and charts that didn't make sense. At first, Janet nodded politely, but halfway through she frowned and said, "Brandon, where exactly did you get this data?" Brandon smiled and said, "Oh, I spent the whole weekend compiling these numbers from different sources. Took me forever." That was his big mistake. Because not even 2 minutes later, one of the clients leaned forward and said, "Wait a second, this is our competitor's deck. We presented this exact same material at a trade show last month." My jaw dropped. Brandon hadn't even bothered to change the logo on one of the slides. The room went dead silent, except for Janet, who looked like she wanted to sink through the floor. Brandon's face turned beet red, but he doubled down. No, I swear, I built this myself. Maybe they copied me." That lie was so ridiculous that even the clients laughed. One of them pulled out his phone, Googled their trade show presentation, and within seconds had the same deck up on screen. Word for word, image for image. Brandon had literally downloaded it and tried to pass it off as his own work. Needless to say, the meeting was a disaster. Janet dismissed Brandon from the room, and the rest of us scrambled to salvage the pitch. We ended up staying late that night to rebuild the presentation from scratch, and somehow, we still landed the client. Brandon, though, was suspended and quietly let go a month later. The funniest part? To this day, he still claims he was set up. But nobody believes him, not after watching him get exposed in real time. It was the most obvious, sloppy lie I'd ever seen, and it backfired instantly. If he had just admitted he hadn't done the work, people might have given him another chance. Instead, he chose to lie so badly that he destroyed his own credibility in one meeting. So yeah, when people ask me the most obvious lie I've ever heard, I don't even have to think twice. It's the day Brandon tried to pass off stolen slides as his own and got caught before he even finished his sentence. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.